Hi guys, it's Sarah with Ampersand Unique Gifts and Home Decor. Today I'm bringing you a collaboration video. I will put the link to the other videos in my description. Make sure you hop out there and check out the other creators and see all the awesome spring things that we're bringing you today. What we're going to be doing here is, this is a cabinet door that was in my last thrift haul. We're going to be painting it, adding a transfer, adding some words, and giving it a new "and" for this life. So stick around and let's see what we've got. So step one's removing the hinges and the hardware from the cabinet door. I also removed the clips that held the glass in there. There was some kind of globby caulk paste type stuff that was just willy-nilly around there. I don't think it was really doing anything to hold it in. So the glass came out really easily. Once I got the glass out, I gave the frame a really good cleaning. Even though the paint that I used does not require much prep work, it's only as good as the surface that you're starting with. So I like to make sure that I have a really good clean start. While I was cleaning, I discovered the hole from where it had a cabinet door pull, and I went ahead and filled that in with some IOD air-dried clay. Because I'm working in my craft room and I'm not out in the shop, it was what I had handy, and it did a fine job. It worked out perfectly. Once sanded, you couldn't even tell those holes were there. I also filled in the holes from where the hardware were. Then moving over to the glass, there was something that looked kind of like paint splatters, so I got those off of there, and then I cleaned around the edge where it had those little globs of stuff, and then I gave it a good cleaning with a wet wipe as well, cleaned both sides of that. So even though the end desire is to have a white frame, I wanted to distress back the black. So I gave this frame a couple coats of the little black dress and then covered it and sealed it with a coat of the Sweet Pickins top coat. I didn't want my white and my black to make gray, so when I painted the white Swan on there, it would stay white and it wouldn't mix in with the little black dress and the black. So using my Debi's Design Diary sample brush, I gave this frame a couple coats of the white Swan. I wasn't too concerned with the perfect paint job because I was going to distress it, but I wanted the distressing to look natural and not like it just had a bad paint job. But because I wanted it to look like an old window, I wanted, it was okay that it had the brush strokes, or maybe the paint globbed a little bit here or there, but I went through and just made sure that I at least got everywhere with a couple coats and that it... Hi, okay, so we're painted. One of the things that I left out was that I was going to seal it. So after I painted it, distressed it, I did seal it with my Sweet Pickins top coat. So now we're going to put the glass in it, and we're going to start with our stenciling and our transfers. So we are on the final stretch. Here we go. So because my fingerprints were all over it, I went ahead and gave it a really good cleaning with a wet wipe again, because I want to make sure that my transfer is going to stick really well and that I don't have any fingerprints under where I'm going to stencil. So I was measuring out to see how far it needed to go. I wanted my lettering to intentionally cover some of the transfer. So I put the transfer on there with it going up over the frame. And my stencil, I had to actually do in two pieces because my Cricut kind of chewed up the vinyl at the beginning, so I printed it again just so that I could use the beginning pieces. So I put it on there, and then I line up that second part so that I have my entire saying. And then I go to stenciling it. I use little black dress and my JRV stencil brush, and I begin to stencil with several light coats. You can see I'm offloading there on my mat, and I am doing several light coats of the black until I get the coverage that I want. I'm still going for a little bit of a distressed look, so it wasn't completely bold black, but it covered so that you could see it through the glass. I did masking tape around the edges just in case I got a little sloppy with my paint, and I do like to pull up my stencil, when I use the Cricut vinyl, I do like to pull it up when it's still wet. I find that you get a much cleaner look when you do that. But overall, I'm really excited how it turned out. Make sure that you click the links below for the other collaborators and check out the great creators' work that we have for our spring show here. So if you have not subscribed, then definitely subscribe and click that notification so that you will be notified when I upload additional videos. Thanks.